In black and white, there are many possibilities for you to alter the image. A, it in itself is not a correct representation of what you've seen because color is missing. To that extent, you can use so many different tones. You can move it towards any particular mood that you want. You can make it high key, you can make it low key. You can actually hand tint on the picture to create a fantasy about the object. You can do all kinds of things. In color, you can't do that.
The color over here gives it a certain kind of form which it would be very difficult to imagine in a black and white image.
अब आप कलर एक्सपोजिंग कराएंगे फोटो की, मैं आपका बहुत क्लोजअप लूँगा फोटो, तो आपके फेस पे जो भी रिंकल वगैरह हैं उसको रिव्यू नहीं कर सकते कलर के अंदर हम लोग। ब्लैक एंड वाइट में आप पोर्ट्रेट बनवाएंगे कैसा भी क्लोजअप ओनली फेस का, उसके अंदर हम टचिंग फिनिशिंग करने के बाद आपको फोटोग्राफ दिखाएंगे, आपकी तबीयत खुश होगी।
Here we can see a picture in which there is a transaction between something which is real and something which is fantastic.
So for me, you know, the color was a sensation which was there very much with the music, but it was also, you know, an era of black and white for me.
Black and white is one generation removed from what you see in real life. To that extent, I think it would perhaps not be incorrect to say that it's the black and white which is exotic rather than color, because it forces you to stop for a moment since you're startled by the fact that something is different.
But you know, any photograph is really so abstracted from the real world, whether it be color or black and white, that to me they're not that different.
I think color in India is phenomenal. I think particularly when you're crossing that realm of photojournalism and that need to shoot in black and white, and when you find yourself shooting in color, India has so much more to offer, whether it's the subtleties or the religion or whatever. It speaks so much more in color than it ever would in black and white.
Advertising photography that put in the model into the picture with the product emerged somewhere in the 70s, seriously, as a professional career or a professional image. The photographer was interchangeable. If it wasn't A, it could have been B. If it wasn't B, it could have been C for the client, and also the model. If one girl wasn't available, another girl was used. It was irrelevant, because the end product, which was that image, was a stereotype which belonged to, it came in from somewhere else.
People wearing clothes, big boom happening in industry. He does people, must do fashion, therefore fashion. But I guess once I started working commercially, and the media being what it is, fashion being glamorous, and the media sort of, you can't look at a magazine these days without seeing 12 pages of, you know, beautiful women or designers or glamour photographers. So I guess that work got more noticed, and so I got this label of fashion photographer, but I think that it's a sort of limiting label.
तो उसने एक बोर्ड यहाँ लगाया था कि I still remember the language, color of your own choice, red, green, blue, yellow, magenta and cyan. And see, I asked him particularly कि ये क्या है, मतलब कहता है राज बाबू क्या बताएं, जैसे अपने निकला था उसको बोलते हैं ये तुम्हारा ये कलर आ गया है, ले जाओ.
And then color came in about the time when Madan Mahatma came back from UK, and he started the first color lab here in India and in Delhi. And the process was difficult, expensive. The colors weren't all that rich. However, there was some demand for it, and so in publications, interestingly, you used to be paid much more for color than for black and white. Today the situation is interestingly opposite. There are not many black and white printers left darkroom zone because all these color labs process them fast, give you decent color prints which are sharper, crisper, richer in color. There's better films, better paper and better technology to give you color prints. The similar technology for black and white never did develop.
QSS basically it's a Japanese machine, and it was very costly at the initial stages because the rate of duty was very high. So there were very few in India who can really import. And I think in the year 1981, during the Asiad,
First machine in 82 reached here.
First machine in 82, it reached in Delhi during Asiad particularly.
Well, it certainly hasn't been very good for photography per se, because the photograph has consistently lost importance as an art form in the eyes of people who've just gained access to a camera.
उन दिनों हमें ये फायदा ये था कि किशोर भी था, पॉल भी था, हैं, और मेरे लिए भी वो वाइब्रेशन जो थी ना वो अपलिफ्ट करती थी, क्योंकि वो दुनिया थी.
আবার আসবো ফিরে ধান ছিঁড়ি তীর তীরে এই বাংলায়, হয়তো মানুষ নয়, হয়তো বা সংকোচিত।